Hello and welcome to Fifth and Grace. This is part 3 of my journey to YouTube monetization. It has been quite an interesting week. I have remembered to look at the camera over here. So there's a good one. I don't often film sideways videos. I guess they're 16 by 9 or 9 by 16. I can't remember. Whatever the aspect ratio is, I'm not used to filming sideways video because I spent years and years and years on Instagram where you always want to be filming up and down. And so now I have to learn sort of a whole new way of filming myself, which is weird because I'm used to looking at myself and I'm actually looking to the side. So yeah, good times, good times. Where we left off, I'll just recap. When I started my journey to monetization, I'd had my YouTube account for 2 months and I was just experimenting, just learning, how to post, how to record videos, building up my confidence and actually just making videos, recording things. I have had a lot of media training. I've been on the news because I'm a minister and I was in the wedding world for a long time. I would be asked by news reporters and journalists to come on and give comments on different aspects of the wedding world, especially during all the lockdowns and everything that we had. So being on camera, talking to people, standing in front of crowds, not a big deal. I am not afraid to do that. What I just didn't have the confidence in was recording videos for YouTube, creating that kind of content, which I wasn't used to. I was mostly used to creating content just of myself, talking about certain things going on in the industry, tips for couples, things like that. Whereas now I'm actually creating content. I feel like I'm a content creator now. I feel like I've crossed the Rubicon and I am a content creator now. Good times. Yay. Yay me. So August 1st, I started my channel. October 1st, I decided I was going to go all in on trying to get it monetized. And so here's the growth. I had 59 subscribers on October 1st at 7 a.m. And I always do record all my data at 7 a.m. I had 59 subscribers and I had 35.4 hours of watch time. So as of this morning, 2 weeks later, I have 72 subscribers. So that is more than a little bit more, 13 more subscribers. So like one a day. One a day isn't bad for a channel my size. That's really actually not too bad. That's respectable. And I have 101.2 watch hours, which is almost 3 times what I had 2 weeks ago. So that's exciting. I have been creating a lot of content. I try to make 5 videos a week and then add this one on top. Doesn't always work out that way, but sometimes there's a lot of things going on. I did start exploring videos on more controversial topics like Harry and Meghan, the Prime Minister of Canada, seeing, those are things that, especially the Prime Minister of Canada, being Canadian, what's going on there affects me. But also Harry and Meghan are such interesting subjects for tarot readings that a lot of stuff is coming out about them. So if they're of interest to you at all, go check out my celebrity gossip playlist and I'll actually put the card in for that right now, and check out what's going on there. It's insanity. And so that I'm just experimenting with different topics, different sorts of things. And I just want to say, I don't solely rely on YouTube to pump my content out to people watching it. I do share the links to my YouTubes, all my YouTube videos to my mailing list. I also send those links out on my Facebook page. So I have a profile just for my business. I also have a business page and I'll post them there in those 2 places. But then what I do is I have a list of hundreds of groups, like local groups, community groups, business groups, all that sorts of stuff. And then I will share them every single day out into all of those groups. And that is helping get the numbers up, being seen. Because if I'm relying on one algorithm to show me, I don't know. I think we have to have a whole bunch of ways of promoting that YouTube video each day or each week, however often you are posting and creating content. So that is something to remember. I'm not getting this growth solely from the YouTube algorithm. Another thing that I discovered is that it's all about the thumbnail. Didn't know that. I've always marketed the way I consume. So I don't, I'm looking at all the thumbnails that get huge engagement and that the experts are talking about. And I'm looking at those thinking, those aren't me. Like, I wouldn't click on that, but a lot of people would. And I guess they do appeal to the people that are their target audience. But basically, the messaging is that you have to have really good thumbnails to get people to click. And the thumbnail, in case you don't know, is the little picture that you see when you're scrolling through YouTube. It's what you see on the screen. So some people don't use thumbnails and you just see the video. Most people these days, especially if you want to make money on YouTube, you're using a thumbnail. And of course, you can design those in Canva and everything. So I've been experimenting with different thumbnails. At first I thought, oh, they're all going to be exactly the same. My page is going to look beautiful. It's going to look all the same colors, all the same things, and just the titles would change. But hearing this about thumbnails, I thought, well, I'm going to give it a try and see if more salacious thumbnails will do the trick. So I've been doing that. I've done a couple of them, and we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. But it's definitely an experiment. It's worth trying. I think it'd be worth investigating. I think you could change the thumbnail later, because when you go back into editing your videos, you might be able to change the thumbnail. So if it's not working and the thumbnail is like landing like a lead balloon, then we just change the thumbnail. I'm pretty sure it'd be worth investigating that. So maybe we'll add that onto the list for next week. And I'm going to pop a video into the description, the link to a video on YouTube, and it's a video by a YouTube expert who talks about like literally the psychology of creating a thumbnail. It's a lot. And there are creators and teachers out there, coaches who talk about how to succeed on YouTube, who are like, it's all the thumbnail. It's like literally, if you don't have an idea for the thumbnail, you don't have an idea for your video. Okay. Well then, because really what most of us do, guilty of as well, is that we create our video and then we create the thumbnail afterwards. So I don't know. I'm not sure that for my purposes, I just do tarot readings and spiritual stuff. I don't know that I need to have fancy curated thumbnails that will drive what I talk about, because when I start a tarot reading, I don't know what we're going to talk about sometimes. I know that what the question is, I don't know what's going to come out. So I kind of have to wait to the end to see, okay, well, what is actually the thumbnail going to look like? What will we be using for it? So I don't know. But I am experimenting with different styles, colors, things like that to see what gets people clicking. Of course, if YouTube doesn't show people your content, they won't click on it. They won't even, you know what I mean? So you could have the most epic thumbnail ever. If YouTube doesn't show your content to people, then what, was it a waste? I don't know. Another thing that I think is really important, and it was something that I heard this week, one of the YouTube teachers was talking about how when they first started their journey to monetization, they did have a video go viral, and that's what sort of put them over the top, over the bar that is set for monetization. And they said that the video went viral, but not until 100 days after they posted it. So I know that from other social media platforms, we know that if you're not viral within the first 10 seconds, like that's it, your post just dies there, just dies on the vine. Whereas on YouTube, it really does seem to be the place for evergreen content. So I think it was really important for me to hear that just because a video didn't, out of the gate explode doesn't mean that it won't later. And I think anybody who's trying to monetize on YouTube really should hear what I just said. Because this is hard. I'm not, it's fun, but at the same time, I'm glad that my livelihood and my income and my bills are not depending on this, because it's taken a little while. But that's okay, because I just keep thinking, you know what? I'm going to hit that one video that goes viral and it's going to put me over the top. And then I'm going to be on the other side of this journey and onto a whole other journey. So I'm just keep in mind, if you're somebody who's trying to monetize your channel, just hang in there, keep the faith, and just keep creating content. Remember to stay consistent. You want to be like, if you're saying, I'm going to do this once a week, then do that once a week. Don't skip weeks. If you're going to do it every day, then do that every day. And I found that it's really, really helpful to batch some stuff. So I sat down on Saturday and created a bunch of topics for this coming week, and then created the thumbnails for them. I created a thumbnail that I used for my video yesterday. Didn't like it and changed it right before I put it up. So it is possible to change your mind. When I looked at it, I was like, I think this can be better. So that's super, super important. Excuse me. So I'm going to put the video about thumbnails into the description, and just keep the hope, everybody. There's two websites that everybody is sort of talking about right now. I know I've talked about vidIQ before. I'm pretty sure I have. And it's basically analyzes your content, tells you how you can optimize it, and gives you ideas, and will even like come up with the entire concept of a video for you. It's pretty exciting. That's the part you have to pay for it, but there is some free elements that are also quite helpful. I think they give you 3 ideas a day for videos based on what you talk about, and then what your competitors are talking about. And the other one is called Social Blade, and I'm going to put the link to that in the description as well. This is a site, you pop your username in, and then it gives you all your data and everything. And the cool thing about this one is it actually tells you some predictions of when you'll be monetized, how long it'll take you to monetize, how much money you could have made today if you were monetized, things like that. So there's definitely some valuable information there. And if you're like me and you're getting kind of like addicted to the data, like every day, multiple times a day, I'm checking the data because I'm just a little obsessed. So there's where we're at on my journey. 72 subscribers. I'm 7.2% of the way there. And oh no, I'm not. Yeah, that's right. 7.2% of the way to monetization. I'm really hoping that by the end of October, I have 100 subscribers. So then I'm 10% of the way there. The data says it'll take me till Christmas, but no, I'm really aiming for the end of October. Halloween. Happy Halloween. Yeah, that'd be a nice little Halloween trick and treat. Still have my 100 subscribers. So that's what I have learned this week. That's what I'm working on this week. And yeah, I'll be back in a week with an update. If you are somebody who is attempting to monetize your channel as well, please let me know in the comments. Just, you know what, if you're here watching this, let me know, because I have no other way of knowing that you're here. And I love to chat with everybody. I love to hear your thoughts. If you are working on monetizing, let's subscribe to each other and let me know in the comments so that we can cheer for you as well. And if you are monetized and you have some input, please let me know. And then we can add that to the conversation. Have a magical day, everyone. We'll see you in a week.